Hello? Yes,
Hey,
finally. Right, okay, so I'll try and do it with video this time.
how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good night to you.
I didn't realize you were an early riser. I'm glad we can make it work with this timing.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm better in the morning than at night, definitely.
Are you're better in the morning?
Yeah. Alright, cool. So, I got some questions, but we can just kind of go with whatever. If you want to have a break or like cut anything out or anything, just say yeah.
Okay.
Alright, cool. So, how did you start your channel? Just dive straight in.
Yeah, we go straight into it. I started the channel. Um, it was right at Christmas a year and a half ago. So, uh, yeah, that's when I started it. I I realized that I don't know if you felt the same way with starting your channels, but there was kind of like a breaking point for me where I decided, oh, I this is something I feel this pull, this need to do it.
Yeah, you get to that point and it's just like, yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What made, how come so cuz you're 16, right?
Yeah, nearly 17. But yeah.
That's awesome, man. What how come you are so focused on doing all this stuff being almost 17? I think it's just awesome.
Yeah, I'm incredibly grateful. So yeah, I guess, the average teenager, watch it, playing video games and all that
You are
stuff.
not the average teenager. I
No,
watched
no,
your stuff,
no,
man.
before,
You're
before.
diced. Oh,
A few
okay.
years ago. And
Yeah.
then, I'm not sure what it was, to be honest. I think I just started seeing people who were like, because I'd always been like good at school. So I knew I was like capable of stuff, but I saw people who were like rich online. I think it's probably, this is gonna sound a bit weird, but I think it might have literally been Instagram ads with like those fake gurus with their like
Sure.
Lamborghinis or whatever, and I was like, well, that looks
Check it
cool.
all out.
So then,
I can do that.
yeah, basically, and that got me first into it. And then at the start, obviously, well, yeah, I thought I was you Dunning Kruger effect, like to the max. Like at the start, I thought I was like, because I started reading up on like investing and stuff. So that was cool, and I thought I was doing great. And then it was like, oh wow, there's this much more to learn. And then at the same time, while trying to like implement better and better habits and stuff, um, also got into stoicism. I think because of Andrew Kirby, so that helped with the use your time wisely kind of thing. Um, and then then I'd started a investing page on Instagram because I was just like, wow, people around me. Because have you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, books like that?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it like changed my views completely.
That book is life changing.
Yeah, yeah, no, like seriously. And then I was like, wow, loads of people at my age, because they don't teach it in school and stuff. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, let's see what I can do. So I grew that to like 1,500 followers or something.
Oh, wow.
So that was decent, yeah. But then I was also getting to fitness, and I kind of wanted to do something with that. So I started a YouTube channel around fitness. So that's what we're working on now.
Yeah, I just spent an hour binging a bunch of your videos.
What do you think?
It's good, man. It's good. I love that stuff too. I mean, the last, 2.5 years, I've just been doing prison sets alone in my house. So like, I relate to it. I think it's great. I think it's, and you're exploring the content and you have an open mind. I just watched your video with the carnivores versus
Oh yeah,
vegans, and that was, it's really interesting to think about because I don't know if people have done a video on that before, but that idea of, well, what do people agree on? And of
yeah.
course, the at the ends of the spectrum, people can be really loud,
A lot
but
of
there's a lot of people who are kind of floating around the middle or just don't know. And it's cool to explore the things that, oh, maybe the spectrum or the ends of the spectrum could agree on stuff, which you found.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I thought that was a pretty good idea because I didn't find anyone who did it, and
That's a great idea.
I
Yeah.
thought, well, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get some views. But yeah,
That's
because
always the thing. Are we gonna get some views? I don't know.
I feel like that could be. I haven't really had that, but I feel like that'd be very annoying if you spend ages on a video and then it just flops. But
Yeah.
have you
Yeah.
ever had that? Because I know you've been doing this a bit longer than me, I think.
I suppose we need to quantify what a flop means.
Yeah. Okay. According to you, was there
Yeah.
any time you were like disappointed?
Yeah. I don't know. I suppose that's always subjective too, because you've gotten into the stoicism stuff. You can always be disappointed if you want. Uh,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
so I mean, I've certainly within this idea of doing YouTube specifically. I think it was like Ali Abdal was talking about, like, where it's get started, get going, and then get good, and then get smart. I can't remember what the actual uh,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
those are the steps. But I feel like I've been trying to more transition into like getting smarter as
Yeah.
far as what I put my time and energy behind, because I'm a year and a half in. I think I'm 55 videos in. And for some people that could be beginner stage, and for some people there's some people like James Janney. I think he had 1 million subscribers with what, 5 videos or something like that. So
Not
like
heard of that one.
it's,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's all over the place. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I've had videos all across the spectrum where it's like some get out, and I'm like, oh, I didn't expect people to really be into that, and then other ones I thought would do well, and it's like,
Yeah.
but that being said, all of them have kind of, they find a viewer at least, like
Yeah. Yeah.
somebody.
Well, exactly. I mean, I think that's you got to keep in perspective because, like, when people first start out, if they even get like 5 views, they're like really happy. So we gotta, yeah. Well, I think as long as you enjoy creating, I mean, it's not. You're still getting better at those skills, and even if you don't get the reward straight away. I mean, in the future, I think you will.
Well, yeah, also too, with, like you said, with building the skills, so many of these skills uh, are are usable with other parts. Even in the real world, if you're like, at some point I don't want to do this YouTube thing anymore, like, you are developing so many skills with making a channel that it's able to be transferred to other things if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that somewhere. It was like, it's almost like well, not the perfect job, but because if you start a YouTube channel yourself, you do the recording, you do the editing,
Yep.
you do the ideas, you do literally everything. It's all you. So you're not really,
Yep.
especially at the beginning, you're not relying on anyone, and
Yep.
you learn a lot of skills. Yeah, I know my brother. He has a YouTube channel. He's younger
Yeah,
than
you're
me.
saying he had a Minecraft channel, right?
Yeah, he's a lot like his confidence is like, and maybe not really his confidence. He was always pretty confident, but like his speaking, like he's way better at speaking like in public now, or like
Okay.
in like in his school play and stuff. Because like literally, my dad was like, "It's literally all those videos he makes." I was like, "Yeah."
So wait. So you have one brother,
Yeah, yeah,
or
one brother.
and what's the age difference, or what?
So he's what's he now? 11. So 5.
Oh, okay. So you're the older
Quite
brother.
quite a
He's the
bit,
younger
yeah.
one. Okay. Well,
Um.
that's about the same distance between me and my younger brother. I'm a middle child, and I have an older
Oh
brother.
yeah.
But that's about the same distance between me and my younger brother.
Do they do any YouTubing?
He does not do any YouTubing. He works in government back in Wisconsin, where I'm from.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, my parents used to live there, I think.
Your
Wisconsin.
parents just live in Wisconsin?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Get out of here! Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a really. I feel like that's a weird coincidence.
That is
I
weird,
mean,
yeah.
there's
Um,
many states in the United States.
Yeah. Bit cold, they said, I think.
Yeah. What brought them? How come they were in Wisconsin? That's so
I think
crazy.
it was work, and then yeah. So I was nearly born in America, but then they came back to the UK.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did they meet there, or was it just like work and then they went over there and then they came back?
I think they met before. I mean, I wasn't born in, so yeah.
So you don't
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
All
That is
right.
a bit weird.
So your brother is 11 and he's a very good speaker, and he does like the school plays and stuff, and he has a lot of like you said, he feels strongly about being able to speak, and he's confident on camera.
Yeah, yeah.
And you said he has a solid YouTube channel?
Yeah, like 1,500 subs right now or something.
Get out of here!
No, I'm not joking.
As an 11-year-old, we need to get him on this call.
Yeah, no.
Teach me some things, dude.
Yeah, I think I will be trying to get him on here like next few years.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, because I saw a statistic, something was talking about like kids now, what the number one job is like is that well, it's probably still athlete or rock star, but behind that, or maybe number one is YouTube.
YouTube, yeah, definitely. I'm not sure how many are serious though,
Well, see,
because
that's the whole
my brother says to
different.
me like, there's people he knows who say like, yeah, I want to be a YouTuber. It's like he's like they haven't even started, and they're just
Yeah,
like, it's the same. It's the same with everyone though. Like the same kind of, oh, what will people think of me? I don't know what to do.
yeah.
I mean,
I
everyone
still
goes
deal
through
with
that.
that.
Yeah,
I still go through it. I still worry about stuff that I post and think about it. And Brene Brown calls that the vulnerability hangover, and I feel that a lot. Uh, with
yeah,
stuff.
definitely. When I was starting, well, I guess also now sometimes, yeah, it's like, but you got to push through it, and then once you push through it, you kind of like sometimes like, what was I even worried about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes. Wait, some or sometimes not.
well, I guess all the time actually. Yeah,
Okay, that's good.
yeah,
Because I've had those mornings where I wake up and I'm like, I gotta take it all down. I gotta take it all. I gotta burn it all. But then I just leave it up and then it's fine.
yeah. Okay, so going for the other end, are there any? Do you have a favorite video you've made? That's probably quite a hard question, but
Yeah, I would say. I think I have different favorites for different reasons.
yeah.
My first video is special to me because I broke through, and
Mhm.
I made something. Like like your younger brother would be proud of me because I broke through, and because I'm someone I've worked in entertainment. I worked in the Broadway community in New York for about 8 years, and then
Oh,
I was doing like TV, film, commercials, and I live in LA now, and that's more of what I've been doing. But I've always hid behind other people's work.
oh,
You
okay,
know,
yeah,
I can always sing someone else's song or, act someone else's words. And to me, that's not that big of a deal. But for me to perform my own stuff, it was that was the scariest part for me. So I broke through that. And so the first video is probably special to me for that. But since then, I like the meditations video I made is special to me because by the end of it, I realized I made a 45-minute documentary on Marcus Aurelius and meditations, and that's really cool. Like,
yeah.
and
I
and,
haven't checked
and
that
I
one
never
out,
would have
but I
thought.
will.
Well, yeah, I never would have thought that would have been possible. When I first started. But then it just goes to show, the power of just those incremental gains and just, you just consistency. And then all of a sudden, I had made this thing. So that one was special to me.
Okay, yeah, I know you do a lot of like book reviews. Do you have a favorite book, or because I think it's
Well,
probably the same, isn't it? Different reasons.
yeah, I mean, probably my favorite one is probably my most successful video because I'm an egomaniac, but it's on this book Awareness from Anthony DeMello.
I was just watching
And
that. Yeah.
yeah, and that book, that book really messed with me. And also it was a weird point with my channel where I was about to quit. I was
Oh.
3 or 4 or something months in, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I had that feeling. I was like, I just want to take it all down, and then I realized, well, no, let's just do something that's fun for me, that's a little bit lower stress, and I did that video, and I thought it was just going to be, a single, just an at bat, but I put it out, and then all of a sudden it caught hold of like the search algorithm, and it's been going steady ever since, and that's cool, and it's connected me with people, and it's connected with people, and all it was just me exploring this idea that kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it helps one person, it's worth it. I think.
Yeah,
Um,
but it's hard to like, because I feel that way too, and we say that, but then I feel like it's also hard. Like the ego side of us wants to have more than that for some reason,
yeah,
and
of
it's like
course it does.
it's like yeah like, and I don't necessarily know how to keep coming back to that, and maybe that one person can just selfishly be yourself. Like if it helps you, then yeah. I mean, speaking of Marcus Aurelius, he has the one quote of like, what did you try and do? You tried, so then you wanted to try, so you succeeded. If you tried, like you
Yeah.
do it and you keep going.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing you need to
I just
remember.
butchered that quote.
It's fine. You need to remember, like, yeah, everyone just starts at the beginning. I'm trying to find it now. You know the "This is pointless" thing with the
Yes,
little
yes,
lines, and then
I think it's Benedict's his cover
yes,
photo.
yeah, it is. I think I got it now.
I mean, I think it used to be.
Also, all
Shout
your
out Ben. Shout out Ben.
yeah, he's been on here. He was the last one actually. It's been a while trying to sort out this.
Yes.
Is that visible?
That is amazing.
This is probably going to be a video podcast if I can get it to work. So if that's all right.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, all your channel and stuff will be in the links. What's it called? Podcast description or whatever.
Right on.
Okay. How was it working in like the entertainment like industry and stuff? So you were kind of like the guy behind the camera, is that right? Or you were just doing?
I've been acting really.
Oh yeah, but other people wrote it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's easier to perform other people's material because a lot of the time, I mean, specifically when you're doing theater in New York, they talk a lot about the creators and who created it. So you can kind of hide behind that and be like, well, it's, I'm just doing what they wrote.
Yeah.
So you can kind of have this weird safety net with that.
Okay.
But I was one of those people who took a gap year when I graduated high school.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to school for classical trumpet. And I went, but I dropped out after 4 days because I knew it wasn't for me. And I saw how much money it was going to cost for me to be there for the year.
Yeah.
And it was overwhelming. And I knew this was the time I needed to say, hey, I need to take a break. And luckily my parents were supportive of that. But I dropped out. I came back to Wisconsin. I got a job delivering pizzas at Domino's. And I started auditioning regionally in Milwaukee and Chicago and Minneapolis. And from there, I got very lucky and I booked a few things. And then I ended up booking this show that was off Broadway at the time, but they were starting a national tour. And I ended up booking this show. I went on tour with the show. After that, they asked me to do it in New York. And once I did it in New York, I got an agent. And then I just moved to New York and then just started snowballing it from there. So working in entertainment's been amazing. I've gotten to do really awesome things. I've been really close to some other awesome things and missed out on a lot. I've been rejected a billion times. I've had really weird shit happen. But I suppose that's all part of the journey. And it's all helped me to kind of do more of what I wanted to do now. And I suppose this comes back to your first question of like why I started the channel. I had read, do you know Seth Godin?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah,
he's
too much.
He's wonderful. He's wonderful, and he had this book. I can't remember the name of it, but he's talking about being a heretic versus relying on gatekeepers. And back in before modern times, if you were ever a heretic, you'd probably be killed or excommunicated from the tribe, which would then mean death anyway. But nowadays you can be a heretic and you have plenty of resources, so there shouldn't be the same fear there. And all of my jobs throughout my life, whether it be side jobs or jobs in entertainment, I've always had to wait on the gatekeeper. But YouTube is, I get to be a heretic. I get to do what I want to do, explore what I want to explore.
Yeah.
Yes, and the leverage. Yes.
Permissionless. Yeah. Like Naval says, you don't have to hire people or get them to give you money. So yeah.
Yeah. And that's exciting. That's exciting.
It's incredible. Yeah, I mean, especially like in the school, like it's pretty incredible to me. Like the fact that we can like do this kind of thing with people like across the globe who have like the same interests. It's just great. Yeah. Actually, one thing
it's absolutely magic. It's magic.
One thing I was going to say, this is a bit random, but did you say you were going to university or college or whatever to do classical trumpet? So what, like a degree? Or like...
Yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous because it is. I would have been like, I think I would have been
like the best.
Even with my scholarship after the 4 years, I believe, if I remember correctly, I would have been $140,000 in debt with a degree in performance for trumpet, which, I mean, good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, if you love it and that's what you do, like, great. And if honestly, if you were to get a job in a great orchestra somewhere around the world, that debt would be fine. You'd be able to pay it off.
Yeah.
But if you didn't do that, or if you struggled to find a job, it would get difficult real quick. But yeah, that was my original path after high school.
Yeah, it's
a long time
pretty
ago.
crazy. I mean, it's not as crazy in the UK right now, I don't think, but I think it's like £10,000 a year tuition. But like in America, I swear some of them are like 3 times that or something.
Oh, at least. Yeah.
Like they keep going up so much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm far removed from that world. I don't know enough to talk about it. I mean, that was a long time ago. I'm an old man.
Yeah, how old are you? 30?
I'm 36.
Yeah, yeah.
36. Yeah.
All right, cool. You still play the trumpet?
I could. You know what the shitty thing about playing the trumpet and getting really good at it is?
Is it loud?
Well, it is loud. Did you say it's loud?
Yeah, you annoy all the
Yeah,
neighbors.
it is loud. Yeah, it is not an easy instrument to practice. But like other things, like playing the piano or playing the guitar to a certain extent, I mean, you lose the calluses on your fingers if you stop playing with guitar. But piano, you get to keep that. You get to keep that forever. But trumpet, there's only 3 buttons. There's only 3 valves.
The lungs,
so,
right?
Well, more than the lungs, it's all about what's called the embouchure with your lips. And it's all about changing the position of your lips to hit certain notes.
Oh, right.
But with your lips like that, that's a muscle, which if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I could actually, my trumpet is in that. It's funny, it's up in there. But if I were to bring that out, I could play the trumpet probably for about 12 seconds, and it would sound decent. And then I would literally not be able to play anymore.
Wow. Yeah, I never knew that. I guess I knew it didn't have many keys, so
yeah,
making weird mouth shapes.
Yeah, it's all about tightening and loosening your mouth to buzz the different notes.
All right, cool. Right. What should we
I bet
go
you
to?
didn't think we'd talk about playing the trumpet.
I mean that's the best thing about this, though. I think it's just like whatever we want, really.
What do you want this to be like? Because obviously not obviously, but I saw that you had rebranded the podcast, and now you're trying to move forward. You had Ben on it, and so like, what do you see for this?
Yeah. Okay. So first, it was just me, just by myself, just talking about stuff, and then, it used to be called the FPI podcast, which is supposed to be finance, psychology, innovation, or something like that. But then I was like, well, that could literally be anyone. Like, so I thought, use our name, so it's my surname, Sheesby, and then as it grows, then people kind of know us for this. Like, it links back to us, and then I'm starting to get more people on here. Well, I want to meet like more people, especially with the school. The school helped with this a lot. People who are kind of into this sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't really know. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, just meet new people and hopefully share some insights with people. Yeah.
That's awesome. So how do you like see that as far as like integrating? Because you have the finance channel, you have your fitness channel, you have the regular channel. Like what is your vision for then all of that coming together? Just exploration, or because I see you having all those channels, and I'm like, man, I need to up my game.
Oh, well.
I can barely keep one going, dude.
Yeah. No, it's not easy. I mean, I've stopped the finance one for now.
Okay.
I decided to just focus on the fitness one because I thought I was a bit spread thin. And then...
So I shouldn't feel as bad because you actually are human. You felt a little spread thin. All right.
Well, your channel's bigger than mine, so... Well, for now, anyway. We'll see.
Yeah, for now. Dude, you're getting traction on your fitness channel. You've already got some 1,000 view videos.
Yeah.
Right? Or at least one.
Yeah. 2. We had one the other day, just randomly went up to like 1K views after like 2 days. I was like, okay, sure. And there was a snippet from another video. it wasn't even. Yeah, but yeah, well, we'll take it.
Well, that's just the power that, of consistency. I don't know what the quote is, but it was someone said, like, if we knew what symphony to write or what song to write or what poem to write or what book to write, like, we do it, but we don't know. So we create things and we try, and then sometimes things hit.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
So we've got the fitness page, and then the podcast has been pretty inconsistent, to be honest. We're trying to get it to like one a week, I think.
Okay.
So yeah. Also, I'm sharing a computer with my brother right now, but
Sure.
I'm getting a computer, another one this month, because it's my birthday. So
Happy birthday.
double the productivity, hopefully.
Hey-o!
Thank you. But yeah, then I'm also trying to do like clips from the podcast and put them on like YouTube and stuff. So like YouTube Shorts or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite a lot right now. But I've been on summer break, so I guess it's been easier. But starting college in like a week, or like A levels or whatever. It's not like university college, because I know.
Okay, that's just a different word that you guys use.
Yeah, the terminology is a bit confusing from American to English. Yeah.
Yeah, I blame us. I blame us and our weird things.
Well, yeah, I think you stole our language.
I don't know.
I think we took it over there, to be honest. Yeah. But so yeah, get the podcast to one a week. That's the plan. That doesn't actually take too long. If I could do like 1 hour a week, record it like this, and then like the clips, they didn't take too long because I kind of had like a format, and then I just sort of changed the subtitles and the audio. But
like a template sort of thing where
yeah.
You have it set. That's smart.
But yeah, that's it. I guess it's not as much as people think. I don't think really.
Yeah, well, especially when you get the template down and you're able to move forward with that.
We'll see how it goes with starting school again or whatever. If all my time's going to disappear, but no, we'll be all right.
You sound super excited to start school again.
Well, we've had an extra long break because of we finished our exams, so we had like an extra like 3 weeks or something. So yeah, I've got pretty used to this actually. But, yeah.
Do you have to go back? Is that a thing? Like, do you have to do it?
You have to be doing like some form of education, so you can do like an apprenticeship or something. But you basically have to be in some form of education.
Alex Hormozy doesn't count.
Pardon?
Alex Hormozy doesn't count.
Oh, yeah,
Watching him on YouTube doesn't count.
Oh, I'll probably learn more, to be honest. Yeah.
So then you have 2 years of school left?
Yeah, 2 more. Yeah, and then I'll be 19. Yeah, wait, do they start college university at 18 in America?
Well, I suppose it's when your birthday is. I mean, you finish high school usually. The standard age you finish high school is you're 18. When
Actually, no, that is right here. Yeah. It's just because I'm in September, which is like the start of the year. But yeah.
So yeah, you're like the oldest kid you're one of the older kids in your class.
And then we'll see what happens then. Maybe go to university, maybe not. I don't know right now.
A lot can change in 2 years if you stay consistent.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. What would be, if you give your younger self some advice, what would you give? What would you say?
It's the first time you've gotten me quiet now. If I could give my younger self advice, what would I say? I think, the answer is kind of how seriously I'm taking it, because I'd probably tell him to chill out and like to have more fun and to keep coming back to play.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think that's true. Like a lot of people me included, you get a bit wrapped up in life, and then you're just like, calm down, it's okay. Like,
yeah,
especially with the stoicism thing, like memento mori. Have you heard that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, well, you're gonna die, so chill out. It's okay. it all goes to
Yes.
dust or whatever. Um, yeah,
There's one of my favorite quotes is from this photographer, Catherine Wagner, and she said, "All these rooms are future ruins."
yeah. Marcus Aurelius talks about that a lot in Meditations as well. I noticed how like look at all these great emperors, like where are they now? All the stuff they did, but yep, in the ground.
Did, did.
I mean, we can go into that if you want, like what happens afterwards, but I don't
Sure.
know. I mean, it's definitely not the same. I don't think so. But like when I say that to people, like people who haven't heard of it before, they think it's like morbid or like really depressing. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I try and explain it, but it doesn't always go that well. It's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the age doesn't help either, but yeah, it's like I actually find it kind of freeing.
Yeah.
Like, it gives me a lot of clarity. It's like, well, what do I actually want to do? Like, I think it
Yeah.
has forced me out of like situations I didn't want to be in. I was just like, right, well, what's the point in putting up with this? I mean, I think Steve Jobs has a good quote about that. It was like, knowing you're going to die is like, it's already, you already, oh God, it's like you already have nothing to lose or something. You already have nothing to lose, so just go for it because don't try and trick yourself into thinking you have anything to lose. Something along those lines. I've completely
Yeah.
ruined that as
But
well. I'm
it
pretty
gives
sure.
you freedom.
Yeah.
It's all right. Now we've both butchered one. But it gives you like an ultimate sort of freedom as opposed to some people where it makes them sad or gives them an existential crisis.
Yeah, yeah.
It gives you freedom.
Well, at the beginning, when I first heard about it, I was like, "Oh, geez!" Like for like for like 2 weeks, I was like,
Oh,
"What?" But
I'm gonna die.
I know, right? But we got over it, and now I'm not scared of death anymore. I think I probably was before, but I just never thought about it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't go to that place of thinking about it. And I don't think we're really designed to. I think we're like the only species that actually like thinks like that, like can think into the future like that far. I'm pretty sure dogs like live in the moment or something. That's why they're so happy. I heard that somewhere.
Dog, dogs and dolphins just play in the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Who do you think is successful and why?
Um, yeah, it was funny because I was listening to Tim Ferriss the other
Oh
day,
yeah,
like
yeah. Okay,
an
yeah. I kind
older
of
podcast with
yeah.
I think it was Derek Sivers.
Yeah, I don't know if I've listened to that one, but he's definitely talked about it. I basically stole that question from him. So yeah,
No, it's a great person.
shout out to Tim Ferriss.
Tim.
But he said,
But but it's a great question, and also, but I think it was Derek Sivers, and he was saying, and that first of all we have to quantify what success is.
yes, yeah, yeah,
So for me, it's like, well, what does success mean to me or the person that I'm looking at? Um, and then it kind of goes off the deep end. You were saying, well, maybe we can get into the subject of what's after. I mean, even getting into the subject of what's now. If you watch some of
yeah,
my videos and some of the philosophy that I've tumbled into, it's like, well, what is even now, and what is success? Like, you could start a YouTube channel on health, finance, relationships, and and those are the main areas that people like to talk about, and I do too. But what does it actually mean? Like, what are these things? What, like, when you really break down a concept, it's the same thing as talking to people about memento mori. Is most of the time people look at you like a deer in headlights, at best, and if you get into it more, they just think you're a lunatic. So for me, it's like, I don't, for success, man. I don't. Who do I think is successful? The trite answer is I look at my parents,
yeah,
and they're very loving people, and they're also they are people who have taught me that it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to say that, like, I've been wrong. Um, I don't know, maybe maybe I'm a sucker for that, but if someone says to me like, oh, maybe I'm wrong or this could be wrong, I will follow you to the moon, because like that's the sort of people I want to talk with, because
Yeah.
that means that they have that growth mindset where it's not just like fixed
Yes.
into the
Yeah.
ground
Definitely.
cement.
Same.
I'm right. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
It's just when you find someone that's so refreshing. Well, maybe that's just for me, but when people just don't listen, it's like. But when they're open-minded, it's like you can actually get stuff done, because if people all just stick to what they've done, like you never get anywhere. Like
yeah,
everyone, and even just taking new. I like just to take in new ideas, even if like I'll watch it and I'll be like, "What is this?" But like you try and go with an open mind, and you might change your mind, you might not, but you gotta at least give it a shot. I think, because the one thing I thought is like, what if you're in some form of matrix, but you're just too scared to wake up, or like you're worried that people will judge you for believing a certain thing, but you like metaphorical, like not
sure.
not, not like all unplug the back of my head, but
Could be. It could
I
be.
mean, yeah, maybe, but like you're in like a self-constructed one almost, like due
Yeah.
to I don't know, I guess society's rules and stuff. Like, oh, what's an example?
Well, I mean, you listen to someone like Anthony DeMello, in
Yeah,
that book that I spoke about before, Awareness. You listen to someone like that talk, or Michael Singer in Untethered Soul, or even to a certain extent, someone like Marcus Aurelius in Meditations. When you hear them or listen to them or read them speak, that they're thinking on a different level than most people, and it's weird to kind of tap into that at first.
oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
it's a whole nother space.
Yeah, actually, I say Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's a pretty good one, because
Oh yeah, that changes, completely changes
it's like
things.
your whole world. Well, me anyway. Whole worldview basically changed about money.
Yeah.
It's like everything people normally do, and then he almost like takes you back, and you can like look at it the first time. You're like, what's going on here? Is this
Yeah.
actually working? And then
Yeah.
for most people, no, it's not really working. And then yeah, so
So for you, it's completely shifted your idea of like how to make money and what it actually means, like in modern society.
yeah, yeah, definitely, I'd say, because maybe not just that one, but just general kind of content like that. The 4 hour work week as well. That changed my
Yeah.
opinions on like time and productivity a lot, because um, with like the 80/20 principle and what's it called? Is it Parkinson's law? The one where it will expand to fill a time. Yeah, how much you give the task, it will expand. And also stuff like outsourcing if it's less than your like hourly rate or whatever, I think was all really good, because especially with the memento mori thing, it's kind of weird. It all kind of ties back, like your time is like really precious, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people just spend their time to save the money, whereas from what I understand, you want to try and be where you can use your money to save your time to do what you want to do, because that's good. I think that's from the 4 hour work week. There's like a parable or like fable or story or whatever, and it's like, I think you probably have heard this. It's there's a guy, I'm not sure where, say it's in Mexico or something, and he's like, he wakes up late, walks, like plays with his kids, like dances with his wife, goes a bit fishing and stuff, and then one day, so he's like all happy. And then one day, like a businessman comes from like New York or something, and he's like, "Oh, you could like get some more boats, and then you'd be able to make more money." And then he'd be like, "Yeah, okay, and then what?" And then you'd be able to own a whole fleet, and then what? And then you'd be able to start a company and move to like New York, and then what? And then you'd be able to grow it and then sell it on the stock exchange. And then he's like, and then what? And then eventually you'd be able to move to a small town, wake up late, play with your kids, dance with your wife, go fishing a bit, and like enjoy the sunset or whatever. And it was basically his current situation. And I think
Yeah.
that's a lot of the times, it's like, why do you want money? Because do you
Yeah.
want money just to, I don't know, buy like a brand new BMW and impress like your neighbors? Or like, because that's for me, I'm not materialistic really at all. I mean, I'd rather be like you see with Andrew Kirby. He's in Thailand. I'm pretty sure he moved to Thailand, yeah. And yeah, he kept like, I'd rather use the money for my freedom than to buy stuff and still be tied down to a job or whatever. So yeah, that definitely changed my views a lot, because it's like, well, once you start thinking like that, it's just get back your time to do what you want. Because do you really want to have all that stuff and still be in a job, or would you rather, yeah, does that
It's
make sense? Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's a wild sort of mirage that we are sold a lot of the time, uh, and it's like, what again? What for? What for? What for? What? If you keep going down the line, for what?
And if all you want to do is just like, I don't know, like move somewhere that's like quiet and just have a quiet life, I mean, you might be able to do that already. You might be able to skip the let's go for a job for like 30 years step. Um,
Yep.
just go straight there. So
Well,
yeah.
I mean, another highlight that just came up in my feed, my Readwise feed, was from Naval, and I know you like him, but he was talking about how, there's the three metrics where throughout your life you either have time, health, or money, but it's hard to have all three at the same time. So if you can get all three at the same time, I mean, effectively you're retired. It's great.
Yeah, I think, yeah, the thing with retirement being like a ratio instead of a number, I mean, a
Mm,
ratio instead of an age is
mm.
good, I think. Because like if you have the cash flow, then of how much your expenses are, you don't have to wait till whatever it is, 65, 70. They keep pushing it up. So yeah, I'm not sure. I wouldn't.
Well, it's all that college debt.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely on the government to retire you if you can.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I honestly, by the time I'm that age, I don't think there'll even be a thing anymore.
Probably not. Who knows? I mean, I'm looking at you, and I think things are going to change a lot within the next 2 years, even to where it'll just, things will look completely different for you.
Well, yeah, that's the plan. We'll keep going, because I see it now. I can see the opportunity. I'm like, we just got to grab this with both hands and just, yeah, make the most of it. And then also I'm kind of guiding my brother as well, but
Yeah,
that's quite cool.
That- that's cool that you both are doing that together.
I think he actually started before me, but
Yeah,
originally.
but you guys can share in that process as brothers.
But yeah, sometimes to me, he doesn't seem 11 to me. He
Sure.
seems like, sometimes he feels like he's my age. Like the way he speaks, like is really quite incredible. I think he's read Rich Dad Poor Dad already. And he put it down and he was like, that was pretty, like, he was like, oh, it's pretty easy to get rich then. I was like, what? And he was like, well, you just need to buy more assets and less liabilities. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. I mean, easier said than done, but yeah, he's just incredible.
You sound like a bright family over there.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah. I think we're doing pretty well, but I think we're a good
That's
team.
years back. I asked a friend who has been doing well financially for advice on what to read, and he recommended that book to me. And I was like, all right, when I finish this one, I'm going to ask you what the next book is. But once I read that book, I realized I don't need to ask him anymore about different books because that book opened up so many other books to read.
Yeah.
And then since then, it's just been an explosion of now I have too many books on my list to read. But that was another sort of I think it's magical that you mentioned that book specifically because that was the book that set me off on this path of reading really a lot more at the age that I'm at now. So you guys, you and your brother, you are way ahead of me, and I think that's awesome.
Well, I mean, we're all on our own journeys. Yeah, I mean, it's good. Yeah. You got to not compare, because
That's
well,
true.
try not to, because otherwise,
Yeah.
because there's people like my age who are like making like tons of money, but I'm not worried. I mean,
Doing what? OnlyFans?
I don't know, like drop shipping and stuff. I mean, it might be
Drop
fake,
shipping. I haven't gotten
but
into that world. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know, but there is a lot. I mean, but yeah, we just keep going ourselves, But yeah,
Yeah, the leverage. Like you said, the permissionless leverage is still, I think, so untapped.
oh yeah,
And the fact that you're getting into it, your brother's getting into it, we're getting into it, like, and being consistent with it. I just think sky's the limit.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, just keep going because that's you just gotta focus. I think. I mean, a lot of people I feel like they're young and they have a goal and then say they don't reach it by like 25 or something and then they kind of almost accept.
Yeah.
I cannot stand that. I cannot like.
You can't stand that?
No, like for myself anyway. I mean, if that's what I mean, I think it's sad when that happens to people, but
So how come you can't accept that?
I no, I feel like I couldn't accept that for myself. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't let myself. I'd keep going. I'd like to think anyway, but it's just like what is it that you want? How do you get there? And then just keep going. Yeah.
Where do you think you got that sort of perseverance?
Um. Where do I get that perseverance? I mean,
That spirit.
it's probably quite a few things, but I I think stoicism, which seems to be um getting a lot of credit here. Um,
Shout out to Marcus Aurelius and Tim Ferriss.
yep, and all the rest of them, Seneca and all that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just well, it's like we said, like what is this for? Like, eventually, well, we're gonna die. I'm guessing it might be immortal, but not sure about that. It's
Could be.
like, well, you might as well make the most of it. I mean, even if you don't get to what you want, at least you can say you've kept trying, you know,
Yeah.
instead of just because like regret. I think regret is really, and also like Gary V. I watched a lot of his stuff, which I think changed my mindset to more like positive thinkings. And he has a clip about that. It's like how regret is like poison. Like if you ask an old person like about their life, they'll tell you all the things, like usually the things they like regret or wish they did.
Yeah.
So I'm all for everything basically. Like any opportunity, I'll just be like, right, let's do it. Because I mean, you never know what might happen.
Because we're gonna die.
Well, yeah, basically. I mean, I know that does sound weird to people, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's just.
I'm with you, man. I say it to people all the time, and they look at me like I got two heads.
But
But it makes sense.
well, we've got each other, Corey.
We're gonna die, but we're gonna die together at some point, or alone.
Well,
Probably
it's
alone.
good to be on this journey with you.
Yeah, same.
So I think we'll wrap it up here. So we have a quick break, and then we've got the synthesizer meeting in like
Cool. Thank you for
a
having
couple
me.
minutes. Yeah. Your YouTube, anywhere else you are, your YouTube will be in the show notes. Anything else?
Yeah, just YouTube. I'm just sticking with that for now. I haven't taken the TikTok poison yet.
Oh no, me neither. I don't think I will. I do not like.
I
that
don't think I will,
platform.
dude. It's scary. It's scary.
It's not even. Yeah, I mean, I've done
I mean,
Instagram
I'm not trying to
a bit.
hate on it. That what?
I've done Instagram a bit. I have like
Yeah, I'm addicted to that.
I've got
I just follow people. I don't post.
I got
but-
Twitter, which I look at, but TikTok, man, I don't know, because it's all short format, and then there's all the stuff with like, I don't know, it tracks you and stuff. I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it. I
and
think it's
and the cult from what I've seen, like it looks like the lowest. I mean, I know there's obviously good stuff on there, but it seems like the lowest, like most mindless things are basically all on there, and it's all just short. So I feel like I feel like with YouTube it's more like mature kind of because it's longer, and then the longer you go to like blog posts. There was someone did a post about that. It was like the most mature is like blog posts or like books, and then blog posts, and then YouTube, and then Twitter.
oh,
I think,
interesting.
and then Instagram, and then TikTok because of I think it was like about the attention span it takes and how engaging it is. Whereas if you
That's
like,
interesting.
you've got like flashy TikToks with loads of like music and stuff, and then on the other hand you've got like a whole book. Like the
Yeah,
book takes more commitment, but it's usually
Yeah,
like better. Well, I guess better ideas, more thought out. I guess, yeah. But yeah, great to speak to you.
yeah. You as well, man. This was awesome. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me. Thank you for thinking of me. And I would certainly like to speak again. It's
Yeah.
been great catching up with people on the school. It's absolutely magical
It
to
is.
connect with
Yeah.
different people around the world who are all trying to like do something positive.
Yeah. We do need more positivity in the world, I think. But yeah, keep creating. Well, I'm probably going to see you in like 5 minutes again anyway. But
Right
goodbye
on.
for now. Thank
All
you.
right, sounds good.
See ya.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.